Good evening, dear students. Our next session regarding this research methodology, that is the ethnographic studies. See, ethnographic studies means normally this ethnography, it is the study of a particular culture, or it is a cultural anthropology. Okay, it is the meaning of this term. It is cultural anthropology. Anthropology normally it means the study about human beings, isn't it? So this particular area, that is ethnography, it is regarding the cultural anthropology. The word meaning is cultural anthropology. Okay. Then, and also that means it is a systematic study of people as well as the cultures. People, we are dealing with the study of people and the cultures. That is normally some races or some cultures or some different cultures will be followed by a certain group of people, and it will not be spread over all over the world, and sometimes it might be along a particular area only. That particular culture or that particular race will be at a particular area. So the study of such type of people and their cultures or their systems, etc., will be dealing under this term ethnography. Okay, so it is designed to explore the cultural phenomena where the researcher observes the society from the point of view of the subject of study. So here the observation technique is used for doing this ethnographic studies. Okay, so it is designed to explore the cultural phenomena. There the researcher is going on into detail regarding this cultural phenomena, and also observation technique is used for the particular study. Then the next is, it is a qualitative research method, and also this particular research as the case of case study or content analysis, this is also a qualitative research. Here the observer the researcher, he observes or interacts with the particular groups. That means suppose the researcher is taking a target group, that is there will be a target group, or he will be focusing on a particular group, some their customs or traditions that the researcher is focusing. So here the researcher will be getting the data by mingling with that particular group of people. He will be collecting the data by being one among them. Okay, he will be joining or he will be living with that particular group, and by living with that group, that means he will be spending some time with that group, and thereby he can collect the data, not by a direct interview or like that. It is not a formal type of research. So the researcher is spending time with that particular people to know to know their systems or traditions, etc., and he will be interacting with the participants by the time. Okay, so that he can know about their real life environment. Okay, and so that is how this type of studies were conducted. Then the next point is that they were conducted through interviews, participant observations, and surveys. This is interviews and surveys. It is very far away method that is used. Usually participant observation. Participant observation means the researcher will be becoming one among them in that particular area. Okay, in that particular culture. So this is about the introduction part of ethnography. So here this study deals with the this research deals with the systematic study of people as well as the cultures, and also participant observation is doing here for this particular research. Then the next is, when can we use this ethnography? See here, this ethnographic studies can be, or ethnographic research can be applied in order to find out the meanings of some cultural norms and views. Sometimes we might have seen certain cultural norms for particular groups that normally we are not practicing, isn't it? Some deviations from the normal life, or some deviations from our normal society. So such type of cultural norms and views can be studied by using this ethnographic research. Okay. Then also the next point is that for examining the social trends and instances like migration. Suppose in a particular community some migration, etc., will be going on, or some type of diseases will be there, or some hereditary diseases will be there in some cases, or some type of systems or customs will be practicing. So such type of social trends we can examine by use of this ethnographic research. Okay. So that is the second point. Then the next point, that is for examining the social interactions and encounters. Sometimes some social interactions will be there with them and some encounters will be there. So for examining that particular social interactions, we can do this ethnographic studies. That is some type of there are festivals or like that we can examine by using this type of research. Then to identify new patterns and gain new insights into the social phenomena. Then the next one, to understand the hygiene and sanitation practices of communities. That also another point to be noted down. Then to study the behavior of workers in an organization. So for all these details, we can do this ethnographic research. Okay. So that is regarding this ethnographic research. That is when we use ethnography. Then the next is the salient features of ethnographic research. See here, this ethnographic research, it focuses on very few cases. That means it will not be taking in detail, it will not be taking so many number of cases. That means it will be taking only one or two cases, and that one or two cases the researcher is going on in detail. That is regarding the first point of the salient features of ethnographic research. Then the next one, it works on previously unstudied phenomena. That means normally this type of ethnographic researches will be conducted on an area where no research work has already done. No research work had already done. That means no exploration on that particular area. So that type of in that cases, this ethnographic studies will be going on. Okay. Then the next one. The researcher has to engage in an extensive field work. The data normally in a scientific method or normally in the research works in chemistry or research work in physics, there what happens, the lab experiments is conducted normally, isn't it? It is not a field work. Usually lab experiments, the experiments will be conducted within a controlled environment or within the laboratory conditions. But here for ethnographic research, an extensive field work, that means the investigator or the researcher has to collect data from the participants or from that particular cultural group, and he has to interact with them. So a lot of field work is required for this particular ethnographic research. And also sometimes the data collection also is sometimes carried out by this not formal interviews. Data collection is carried out by some informal interviews and some from certain symbols, from some type of books that particular groups had got, then observations, participant observations, etc. So from these techniques, data collection can be carried out. Okay. So the researcher has to engage in an extensive field work, and also the data collection, it is done by informal interviews, then symbols, then participant observation, then some other primary or secondary sources of data. Sometimes books or like that sometimes will be there with them. So such type of data, we can call it as a primary as well as a secondary data. So from that primary and secondary data also this data can be collected. Okay. Then the next is an interpretive, a reflexive and constructivist process is used here. So the researcher should have a creative mind. He had to go in detail or he had to be with them. So he should have, or the researcher should have, an interpretive, a reflexive and constructivist mind. Okay. Then the next point is that a daily and continuous recording of the field notes has to be done. The researcher has to keep a record and he has to note down all the necessary matters or necessary things which he is dealing with. Okay. So these are some of the salient features of this ethnographic research. So these are the different points. First one focuses on very few cases, and also these very few cases means it will be analyzed in detail. Then the researcher, he will be working on a previously unstudied phenomenon, that is unexplored areas will be covered by the researcher. Then he has to do an extensive field work, and also the data collection is is done by using informal interviews, participant observation, then by using primary and secondary data, etc. Then an interpretive, reflexive and constructivist mind is needed by the researcher. Then a daily and continuous recording of the field notes has to be carried out. Then the next one, the steps involved in this research, this ethnographic research. So first step is to, for every research, the first step is that identifying the problem, isn't it? So here also the researcher has to focus on a particular target group, isn't it? For ethnographic studies, he has to focus on a particular group. So he has to identify a particular group, and then he had to connect it with his research problem. That is what all details he had to collect, or what all the things he need in detail, that he had to find out. That is the first step, that is identifying the content and the type of design. Then the next is he has to discuss the approval. Sometimes for a cultural group, sometimes a team leader will be there, a leader, sometimes it can be a religious leader or a political leader or somewhat like that. So he had to get a consent from that group, isn't it, for doing that particular research. Sometimes it should be an informal one, or sometimes it might be a formal one. So he has to get the approval from that group for collecting the data or being a part of it. Okay. Then the next is collection of data. Collection of data we had seen, that is different types of data collection techniques were employed. That is normally a participant observation. We had written already, isn't it? Participant observation. Then informal interviews. Then this is one point, then second point, then the third point, from the primary as well as the secondary sources of data. Primary and secondary sources of data. From these three methods he can collect the data. Then the next is analysis and interpretation of data. See, here in ethnographic research, this researcher should have got a constructivist mind. Is that he had to analyze the collected data, and he had to interpret, or he had to reach conclusions based on the analysis. Okay. So that is the next step. That is the fourth step, analysis and interpretation of the data. That is, from the data collected, he had to analyze and interpret the data. Interpretation means he had to reach some conclusions regarding that particular group, or he will be having some findings or some conclusions regarding that particular group. That means he will be finding out some, if he is studying about the cultural norms of a group, he had to conclude it as the different areas, or the different steps, or the different criteria they are using there. Okay. And he had to conclude with that. Then the last point is the report writing. That is, after analysis and interpretation, he had to sum up his research report, including some 5 or 6 chapters. That is regarding the report writing. Normally, report writing means it will be having some 5 or sometimes 6 chapters. That is, an introduction part will be there for a report writing. Normally, for a report writing, the first part is first chapter, that is the introduction chapter. First chapter, then the second chapter, review of related literature. Their previous studies will be analyzed. That is, in this part, review of related literature. Then the third chapter, that is the methodology. Then the fourth chapter, that is the analysis and interpretation of data. Then the fifth chapter, findings and conclusion. Then the last part, that is the bibliography. Okay. So this is the general format for a research report, or for a normally see, for the S6 students, you might have known, that is, you are preparing your project work. So there you will be writing these 5 chapters. Okay. So these 5 chapters were included in the report writing stage, or in the thesis. So this is the preview for a PhD thesis as well. Okay. Normally a PhD thesis will be having this 5 chapters: an introduction chapter, review of related literature, methodology, then analysis and interpretation of data, then findings and conclusion, and in the last part there will be bibliography. For a PhD thesis also this will be the format. For any PhD thesis, if you are referring, you can see this as the general format. For your project work also, for final year project work also, you will be following this particular format, and this format, it should be it is a prescribed one by our university also. So normally this will be the general format, and this is the report writing part. Okay, report writing or the documentation of our experiments, whether it is a science subject or it is a humanities subject, we will be using or we will be following this particular format. Okay, so this is regarding this ethnographic studies. Okay, so ethnographic studies means it is the study of the culture, or it is a cultural anthropology. Okay, so you have to study all these points. Only points I am included in this notes also, so you can study it very easily. Then one more topic is remaining there in your module, that is regarding the analysis and interpretation of data, that we can see in our next session. And with that session, I think we can conclude my area. That is, I had got two modules, that is qualitative research and quantitative research. So now we are discussing this qualitative research. Quantitative research I have already completed. So in qualitative research, one more topic is remaining, that is the analysis and interpretation of data, that we can go through in our next session. Okay, so please write down the lecture notes or write down this notes also. Here only points are included in this notes also, so please write it down for once for the time being, and also you have to upload it in Google Classroom. Okay, then I will be giving you attendance. So for today we can say goodbye. So thank you.